What?
Check in with us. Tap in with us. We're back. I know it's been so long. Way too freaking long. I know you guys missed us, but the anticipation makes it more. So, of course, I have my guest here, or my guest is there, but my freaking my co-host, I guess, or guest co-host. Lundy Bunny's the co-host today. He has been on other ones. Thanks, Lundy. And then Dina is my guest.
Miss Powerpuff over here.
Which Powerpuff are you?
Puerto Ricana? No, Puerto Ricana. Is that how you say it?
Powerpuff Boricua.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being on. We're vibing. We're having a lot of fun.
Yes, thank you for having
we've been chilling
me.
for
I
the past
really
few
appreciate you guys.
And
Thank
honestly,
you.
she's probably gonna be my new co-host. Sorry, Lundy.
Teaser. Wait, sorry, me?
Teaser.
No, I'm not the co-host. I'm just a special
Bye to
guest.
that one.
She's like, anyways, do better. Do better.
Hello. We need something fresh, you know?
She's like, actually, security, remove him during the
Hold on.
Hello, security.
I quit.
Well, that freaking sucks. But okay, cool. Well, stay for the episode.
I'll stay for this episode.
So, well, cheers, everyone.
Yeah, cheers. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. And if you're sober, happy sober Thursday. Because
Exactly.
he's only drinking pineapple juice. We got some liquor in it. But
Hey.
cheers to both worlds. You know, no judgment.
Exactly.
So,
We love some mocktails over here.
huh?
A little bit of everything.
So, I did want to bring up.
Yes.
So your name, Dina, spelled with the Y. Isn't that kind of unique or no? For Puerto Rico? Like, is that
I
common?
mean, it might be because a lot of people do say like, "Oh, that's Dyna,"
Yes, that's what I think every
Yes.
time.
Dinosaur.
and Dina came.
That's
said
what
dino-
your Instagram should have been. Dinosaur.
No, and I know him. Wait, so I know him. Not to interrupt, but I know in Vegas, when I was like maybe in 6th grade, my mom, when she was in the lesbian scene and stuff like that, they still do to this day have like a festival kind of weekend in Vegas called Dyna Shore.
Yes.
And it's always reminded me of Dyna Shore.
Yes.
That's why I was bringing that up. So yeah.
a lot of people always do tell me, like, not a lot, but like at least a few people do tell me, like, oh my God, it does remind me of like this festival and everything like that. But Dyna comes from, my actual name is Dylanese. So that's my full name.
Dylanese.
But
That makes the world a difference.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly. But ever since I was in kindergarten, nobody was able to say my name properly. And they were like, is your name Dylan? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Dina, Dinalise, Dinana, Dinana. I'm like, you know what? Just call me Dina and that's it.
Yeah.
So that's how I kept it.
Where did your parents get your name from?
So, it actually came from my grandma. She's the one that wanted the name like Dylan because they thought that I was gonna be a boy at the beginning.
It could be unisex, that name too. I met girl Dylans and
Exactly. So, my grandma is a very heavy spiritual person, and so is like my parents. So are my parents, and they somehow found in this book this like sentence that it was like, a child is a miracle of the heavens, a miracle of God. So they were like, okay, so like let's make Dylan a bigger meaning.
Yeah.
So my grandma was like, okay, I really love that, but obviously as a girl, so let's make it into something else. And they were just like, oh, let's make it into Dylanese. So Dylanese kind of became like the miracle of God.
Oh my! Oh shit!
Yeah. Damn, God said, let there be light.
And let there be.
There be.
And name of Jesus, I said. God,
The heavens.
that was powerful. I'll tell you something. If you didn't feel that, if you didn't feel nothing right, you
No,
felt that.
when I heard that gas running for so long, I'm like, that's gonna.
Yes.
That was hot.
Anyways.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so
That was
that's
heavy.
when, yeah. So your
Yes.
grandma, basically, because of your grandma, she made the.
Yes. So
Okay.
that's how kind of where my my first name came from, and then like from my mom and my dad. My mom and my dad met in Long Beach, which is kind of like a very big place for me, especially because I
Shout out
live
Long
there in
Beach.
Shout out Long Beach.
Summertime in the
Hey.
LBC.
So I'm a very big ocean girl, and my parents came up with my middle name, which is Ayana. And Ayana comes from the goddess of the ocean. And
Ooh.
it's like the miracle of God plus the goddess of the ocean. Because everybody in my family is very spiritual, very
I love that.
in tune
Mine-
with
same.
spirituality.
With me and
and
my
the
mom, too, the
ocean.
same, yeah.
Exactly. So very big on that, and that's where like my
Yeah.
name came about.
Mama D, what's that? The water goddess that like when our friend says like give not sacrifice, but like throw a watermelon into the ocean as like a. It's an Orisha? Oshun or something like. Every time we're on vacation.
Yamaya,
He's like every time you're on vacay, he's like throw into the ocean a full watermelon.
Yes.
Because you're giving her an offering, not a
Exactly.
sacrifice, an offering.
An
Yeah.
offering. So like growing up in Puerto Rico, at least, you do hear a lot of people being very spiritual, and they do pray to their Yemaya, to their santos, and everything like that. So like a lot of people that grew up, especially like where I'm from, which is very like campo like or very in the campo area and ocean area, you do tend to be a little bit more into that I would say like belief in a way. So a lot of people's names in that community do tend to be related to the santos. So I grew up being baptized with Yamaya and
oh my gosh, that's huge. Mama D, did you hear that, Mama D? Yeah, I've only heard from her, recently from her and then some of her friends. Like, when we go to their house, they have, like, one room dedicated to, like, all the orishas. I don't know if they're called that. But, like, there's, like, a little boy one. There's just so many different ones. And when you go in there, they always say, like, you have to bring them an offering, like, whether it's this or that. And then I forgot what they say, which one's drawing you. Like, that means, like, that's the one that's talking to you or stuff like that. Like, there's different ones.
There's different levels to it. Definitely. There's different practices to every single one
and
of
then
them.
do they wear like everyone wears bracelets, right? Like whether like yellow and green or yellow and then they said that the people who practice like the black magic of that wear red and black, right? Beaded. Is that a thing out there too?
So whenever you wear red and black, you're more representing, I'm not gonna say it, but
like
you are
dark black
representing
magic.
a little bit more of darkness, let's say, and
you got that
you
red
do
and black going, right?
But what is it called? When you grew up in that Islander Caribbean culture, you do get to learn a little bit of kind of like what it is like to be in that kind of like voodoo and then
voodoo type
the Christianity and everything. So as you mentioned, like the yellow and the green, so that brings more lightness into your life. So anybody, if any of you follow me and you've seen any of my content, and you'll see a little bit on my bed frame. my collares. So those are going to be more of my necklaces that are by my bed that represent each and every single one of my saints. So these are the saints that, you know, protect me, secure me, and that have been with me ever since, you know, I was a little baby.
Yeah.
So every single one does represent a different, you know, chapter of your life. Every single one of them does have a different color and everything, but it's not a bad or crazy thing as everybody makes it seem like.
Are you gonna carry that on, like that tradition with your children?
Absolutely. Yes.
So do you believe in, I don't even know what it's, wouldn't say magic, but do you believe that there is, I guess like good versus like black, dark?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
There's definitely good versus bad.
Yeah.
Everywhere that you go. As long as you keep.
Like, do you think some people like pray to like the darkness to?
Yes.
Okay,
There's some people that are definitely going to, especially if they don't think of themselves that highly, they are going to try to make sure that the people that they meet or are surrounded with kind of like suffer the same way that they suffer, just because that's what they think and they know that is right. And people are always going to hate, people are always going to think, you know, otherwise of what you do, or you know, whatever it is, or what your beliefs are. But as long as you keep your head held high and you keep your intentions
and then
pure,
like, do you ever do the what's it called, Mamadi, that I just did earlier?
the sage,
Not the sage, the Palo Santo. Do you ever do that?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Almost literally.
Often,
I try to do it whenever I feel like a heavy like energy around me, or something very intense like just knocking into my energy. I'm like, I need to clear this out, I need to relieve it, I need some answers to this, like this is not
some answers,
you know, because like sometimes you act a certain way, and it can be because you met somebody or
like takes you out of character. You're like, that's not me. What is that? Like, who was that? Yeah.
So like when you do that, you clear your air out, and then you're like, okay, like it. To some people, it might be like, oh, that's a peace of mind for you. Fine, do it. As long as you can feel like yourself, and it can give you that integrity, that's all you need. So
I love that. I don't think we've ever spoke on this like part of. Do you believe in that, baby? Like, when I know you've heard us talk about it, me and Mama D. Like, do you believe in like white magic, black magic? Then it's okay.
No,
be honest.
I know for sure people practice that stuff. Yeah.
How do you know for sure? Just curious.
Because we've come across people that practice it.
Before meeting me, did you like ever hear about that or think about it?
People did it.
You had like heard of it before and stuff?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but I've never felt like it could. I never felt like it could affect me though.
Really?
Like if someone was like,
really?
Like if someone was like,
it's the Palo Santo.
If someone was really like, I'm gonna put a spell on you, I wouldn't believe them at all. I'd be like, okay.
People would tell you that?
I'm saying if someone did say that.
No, because they would.
Some people have.
Because
like, I'm gonna put a spell on you.
We have some crazy stories.
I don't believe that it could happen. I wouldn't believe that it could happen to me personally. But there are people. Everybody's different.
We have crazy stories where like some people that like one thing that you can't do is love. Okay, so you can manifest love, healthy love, but you can't do a love spell to make someone fall in love with you. I guess that's like, you can't be like, I want London to fall madly in love with me. I guess that's practicing black magic in that way.
No.
But like, I guess when you do that type of stuff, any type of black magic. So I don't know. Okay, guys, like, if you guys are following with this, maybe you are, maybe you aren't, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
this is just something that, you know, me and Mama D have talked about, and something that they say that, like, if you do that if you practice black magic, it'll come out like that there's always a sacrifice that has to be made. And it's usually a
absolutely.
family member that will get really sick or pass away.
Yes.
Like that type of thing.
So one thing that my family has always taught me, you never want to do anything for, you know, bad spirits.
Yeah, yep.
Because at the
They'll
end,
come
if
in,
you
yeah.
do, you're going to sacrifice yourself.
Oh, yep.
And when you sacrifice yourself, that is going to be the biggest lesson, and might be the worst lesson that you go through in your life. And it can take you to some of the worst points in your life. And if you don't want to go there, then don't do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It'll make you
Just-
lose
Some
your
people
mind.
get-
Like you'll literally.
Some people get desperate or what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
People get desperate. People lose their minds. People think that
They
by
can
taking
control it. They're
advantage-
like, no, I
Yeah.
can fight it or something. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, if you do want to manifest anything for yourself, like, just do it out of your own good, out of your own kindness, and for the better of yourself, your heart, and your spiritual self. Like, that is the most important. Like,
Yeah.
just make sure that your integrity, your values, your morals are all good.
Yeah.
That's it.
You can always kind of feel it in your gut what's right,
Yeah.
what's wrong. Like I feel like people are born with like a genuine sense of what feels like light and what feels like darkness. You know.
Facts. What do you think it is about some people that can wish bad upon another person? Like how can someone really be like, oh, I wish they never did. Like, I don't know. I would never
the same way
understand how people can just be so
The same way with-
evil. Is that like the like negative just coming into them? Like, you know, I've always thought that
Same way why
like,
people steal, kill,
yeah, it's so crazy to
destroy.
me.
It's just
And people don't want-
we're
people-
flawed beings.
Wouldn't you believe that's like an entity or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too far into the
You-
paranormal, but
Honestly, no, that's a really
Yeah,
good point.
yeah.
It's a really good question. And it's just more like when you meet somebody and you off bat get that negativity,
Yeah.
that just means that that person within themselves, they are so desperate, they're so hungry that whatever you do for your inner self is always going to portray.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Yes.
And when you meet somebody that it has that heavy kind of like energy, and you don't feel as good towards them,
Yeah.
that's because that person has not had good intentions
Yep,
from the
yep.
moment that
Yeah.
they have set.
And I feel like that's
to
kind of
meet
a gift
you.
too, that you can tell, you can read energy where you're like, I can tell
Yes.
this
Body
and that.
language is
yeah.
everything. It's
Literally, like
huge.
even the way that we clicked, I feel like that's why we're even here right now too. That's
Exactly.
just, it's genuine, it's caring, everything about that type of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like the way that you internally self-analyze yourself, and the way that you take care of yourself will always portray in your outer self. And the way that you take care of yourself, either you exercise, or the way that you eat, or the way that you handle your
Yep.
relationships, friendships, whatever it is always going to talk so highly of you.
That's
and
facts.
I think like when we even first met, I was like, oh my God, this is such a cool girl. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, and we clicked instantly.
Yeah, same, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, like, you know, like, she's so nice.
Yeah.
She's so sweet. She's so like, you know, like, she already is as confident as she is within herself. And that's kind of like what you need to look for. You need to be with people
Yep.
that are already in tune with themselves,
Yep.
that are already in confidence with themselves. And if you are already, that way
And then,
with yourself,
but
you're
also
going to attract that.
Also, no shame though, because I wasn't always this way, and like no shame to anyone who's still figuring themselves out as well. But like it's just everyone is in like a different little spot of their life.
Everybody's on their own level. Everybody's on their own little thing in life, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Some people, yeah.
You just got some work to do.
Wow, that literally was like so good and deep. I love that. I love that combo.
Hey, we needed that.
I know. Do you want to add anything to that before I switch it up?
No, I think she touched on pretty much about it.
Yeah, I definitely want to go back into that like after too. But okay, so I'm sure if you guys didn't notice already or listen, she says she's from Puerto Rico. What cities, in case anyone's from there too?
So yo soy de Bayamón, Puerto Rico. If you guys do not know where that is, that's like a little town down San Juan. That's it.
It's where the sun shines brighter.
Small town girl.
Exactly.
She's like, you could never.
You could never, baby.
So wait, you're a Capricorn.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so I always have to ask everyone like these first starting questions just to get it over with. He's a Cancer.
Yeah.
Okay, you're sensitive.
Apparently I am. I feel like everybody's sensitive, but
Well, everyone,
but they have their little points.
You know what? I know. I feel
Sensitive.
like we call Cancer sensitive, and I think maybe that's the wrong word.
Caring.
We're empathetic.
Empathetic,
We are in
yes.
tune with our emotions.
Yes.
And I think they're okay. So, like, if you tell me what this sounds like. Like, if I say something in the wrong tone, he'll be like, "Oh, well, you didn't say what I wanted to hear back." Well, honestly, though, what is that? What is that? Like, he'll be like, "Oh,
If I say
well, you
something
said
in the wrong
that."
tone to you, you're gonna get mad too, Jasmine. That's what that
No,
is.
but like, I don't know if you call that
your
sensitive
tone.
or what.
Correct your tone. is all I
Hey,
got to
my
say
man
about
is a
that.
Cancer, so
Oh,
I
see?
kind
So
of
she knows.
understand a little bit. Cancers do tend to be a little bit more like
Like, if it's not the answer they wanted to hear.
yeah, they're like, oh,
Yes, thank you very much.
they're like, oh wait, hold up, huh?
No, and then he'll be like, oh, okay. Like, it's like, oh, you didn't, okay.
Exactly, and it's just like I don't like you are.
Leo.
Oh, you are. Oh.
Girl. What do you think I'm
A little.
Yeah, Leos are more sensitive than
I feel like,
Cancers.
oh, well, no,
Really?
that's
No,
true, though.
no.
Yeah, their pride.
It's to our pride and
Yes.
ego.
Okay,
she can't
that
even
makes
laugh at her.
sense.
She can't even be the butt of a
No,
joke.
yeah, if a joke's made about me, I'm like,
upset.
Okay.
She can't be the butt of a joke. If
I'm like,
if
no,
we're
I'll-
laughing at Jasmine, we can't laugh.
I'll be like,
at
that
her. We
wasn't
have
really
to
that
laugh
funny.
With her. She'll be
Okay.
like, no,
That's
that
me.
wasn't even
I'm not
funny.
even gonna lie.
She'll be like,
That
wasn't
is
even-
me. I'll be like, that's not
So
that
how
funny.
is that's more
Anyways.
sensitive? Because I'll take a joke all day. I don't care.
But my feelings won't be hurt. I'll just be defensive. Like I feel like they'll be like,
That is true.
So you think it's deeper?
Oh.
It's deeper for us.
Oh.
It's deeper for
me.
us.
I'll be like, that wasn't funny. Anyways, like that. But that's also me being butthurt.
But no, later on.
I think we just show it different.
Later on in
Yes.
the night, you'll be like, I don't like. How
No. Okay. Well,
she'll
one
dwell
time.
on it.
Okay,
She'll
let's go
dwell on
into it then. So one time he's like, you look like Ariana Grande, but the Walmart version. So is that not rude?
That's not even what I was talking about.
Is that not rude? Like, that's not a Leo being sensitive. That's being like, don't ever say that again. You're rude.
That's not even what
No,
I'm
because
talking
that's what
about.
I feel like he's trying to refer to that type of thing. Like, don't ever say that again.
No, I wasn't even talking about that.
Don't.
Thank you.
I wasn't even talking about that. I was
My
just a
God.
good old fashioned.
I'm a Capricorn. The thing about Capricorns is that we either go, we're kind, we're cool people, but we fight.
Yeah. You get upset.
It's like once you hit a certain nerve, it's like, yo, let's go. Like, there is no in between. Like, at least for me, it's either like, okay, cool. You, huh? You said what? You,
You get
So,
pissed.
like, exactly.
Exactly. So next time you want to come at me with the Ariana Grande. Just kidding. I'm just
Call
kidding.
me. Call me. Don't say that. But one thing that I do like about at least cancers do to be a little bit more caring. Leos do think, okay, the thing I like about Leos is that they always think ahead. Leos are always
she's always like, oh, it's so-and-so's birthday coming up. Oh, we have this going on. And then next week we're going to do this. Make sure you don't make any plans for this. Make sure you don't do this.
See, like Leos are always one step ahead. They are always on go mode. They on
go mode?
A lion.
On go mode. You're TTG, trained to go.
Yeah, girl, you got it going on.
Well, cheers to all our signs.
Yeah,
Are we going to the next one?
To all signs, don't matter what sign you are.
But dang, Cappies and Leos. I see this being
a little.
Yeah, all signs are dope.
It makes
except
sense.
Virgos. No,
Except Virgos.
I'm just playing. I don't even
Wait,
know.
what's the one sign that you don't really vibe with?
Let's not talk about Virgos.
If you had to pick like a sign that you don't really vibe with, like if you hit sign
Virgos, Libras, fuck you.
Libras? Emmy! She said, let's go, girl. She said, let's go. Just kidding. She said, I'm so glad you.
I can't.
Oh, what's wrong with Libras? What's wrong
Guy
with Libras?
Libras or girls or both?
Guys.
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah.
Guy Libras.
My dad's a guy Libra.
Oh.
They are toxic, girl.
Mama D, she said guy Libras are toxic as fuck. Are they?
She said, oh my God.
She said, oh my God.
Yes, I'm divorced from one.
But she also said that was like she never been in love like she was with him either though. But he wasn't
you
good.
know what? I actually retract that. I take that
Okay.
because at the time, like as I grow older now, and like the more coaching I'm going through, I didn't do nothing.
You were just young and wide-eyed.
Is I realized.
Emmy's listening hard because she's a Libra.
I realized
Wait, hold on.
like I didn't realize how abusive the relation was until recently. Like the more I'm really getting to know it, like it was really abusive. So it's kind of like at that time I thought it was right because I didn't know anything different. And the more I'm learning is it wasn't that I was in love. It was just like this like a trauma bond.
Hypnotic
trauma
kind
bond.
of?
It was a trauma
Trauma
bond.
bond.
Okay.
It was a trauma
Like a
bond.
disturbing-
And that's what people
Stockholm
mistake for love.
Yes.
But it's not. It's trauma bond. Like if you've gone through a father who's traumatic, you're gonna have a lover like that, and that isn't love. And now I'm learning even more. Like that really was a very abusive relationship.
But what about how you guys can still literally click like nothing happened and like still kiss on the lips randomly? You know what I mean?
I mean, I give everyone a kiss.
She healed.
okay.
That's Mama D, you're talking about. She's healed.
It's intentions is so different. Like I don't intentionally kiss.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
of course,
I mean,
yeah, but-
I kiss my girl from Daisy. I always kiss everybody like it's like a greeting kiss.
But even after the fact, you guys have been able to keep a close relationship when you guys are good.
because of me and that I've done the healing and I've done the forgiving and I accept him the way he is and I'm not here to hold grudges.
Look at Emmy. She's bobbing her head. She's like, let me tell Johnny something real quick.
So that's why we're able to because
Okay,
I hold
okay.
space where we can both be adults about it and get along and still move forward.
And plus, because of you, I'm sure it makes it a little bit easier. If
that's what
Jasmine
I-
wasn't in
yeah.
the picture, do you think you would still talk to her?
No.
So that's what I
Has
kind
to
of
be.
wanted
It's a
to
little different
ask
when you
you.
got, like, a
It's
kid.
like when you kind of like started to get away from that and like kind of learn that it was more of a trauma intoxicating relationship. Like, how did that hit you? Because that can be a little bit traumatizing, even just realizing that.
Yeah.
How was that even?
I want to say at the age 26. Well, I mean, I don't think you know my story, but I was with them 16 to 26.
Yeah.
And at age 21, I started drinking. And by age 22, 23, I started getting heavily into drugs.
Okay.
And we had a really bad relationship. And because I was really heartbroken, instead of dealing with
Mm-hmm.
it, I turned to drugs.
Okay.
And I partied and I got high and I did a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
And at 26, the drugs wasn't working anymore.
Yeah.
So I really had to get sober. And when you get sober, you don't have anything to temporarily take the pain away anymore. Like I incessantly was drunk and high all the time, so I never felt. So at 26, when you took all that away, it was literally like I was 21 again because I had no tools and I'd done zero healing. So I ended up having to. I've been in therapy since, just healing and working, and even to this day, I still do a lot of trauma work with him. And there's even memories that sometimes don't even come into until recently. That I was like, oh my God, I forgot that happened. And at the time I thought this was normal. But when you get out of an abusive relationship, you realize that's not normal. And then you realize I was abused. It's like, I am a victim of domestic violence.
Yeah.
You know, and it hits differently where you're just like, wow, because it's sad that I thought all that was normal.
Yes.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
it's a blessing. I mean, it does hurt, you know, because it's just like, wow. But I also just honor, like, you know, I didn't know better.
Yeah.
You know, and he obviously doesn't know better. That's normal. It's just normal to him.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you know, like, and now I do have boundaries now, how he's going to treat me, how he's going to react with me. And, you know, I'm able to, like, I'm not who I was, so I can say no now. And I don't have to see him ever again. So I hold the power now. Yeah.
See, I love that. I value your strength.
Yeah.
You are powerful.
Thank you.
And I think that is so beautiful because,
the
like,
best revenge is
bettering
absolutely.
yourself. Like
Healing.
when you work with your inner self, that just shows so much of you.
Yeah.
And that is like the biggest thing that you can do for yourself. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you've been through, or as long as you work like for yourself, like internally, that will help you so much in your future. 100%. And that's what, like, I feel like a lot of people, especially like with newer, let's say, like relationships nowadays, is they tend to go by so quick. They tend to jump into something and not even think about it.
Yeah.
And that's how we started.
That sure is, head first.
But most of the relationships are unexpected, you know, it just kind of
Exactly. And it happens. Yeah. But sometimes, like, it's just like going into that can, like, really shape you, affect you in so many different ways. And it's just
Do you think you carried over, like, some stuff into your new relationship from some past relationships, or you think you've kind of healed?
So thankfully with my current relationship, before this relationship, I took some time.
Oh yeah, okay.
When I was young, I was still somewhat a teenager, not really. I was entering my early 20s. And I made a decision of, let me take care of myself. Let me enjoy it. Like, when it comes to your early 20s, you're really focusing on yourself. You're figuring out who you are, what you're doing, and, you know, all of these things. So I was like, I really want to focus on that part of my life. And then later, you know, we'll see what happens. And I'm glad that I did. I enjoyed my late teens, early 20s, you know. A girl has some fun.
So you're settling down now.
You already know. Yeah. And as I would say, like, a little bit older, I was like, okay, I understand the meaning behind a relationship. I already have healed from the past trauma that I've dealt with before. It can be like family-wise, relationship-wise, but it helped me be better in the relationship that I'm at, be more understanding in the relationship that I'm at. When it comes to, like, silly things like jealousy or, like, little jealousy stuff, like, I'm like, honey, I'm confident. I am
that part though. You're like, I'm not sweating it.
Exactly, I'm not sweating. You wanna try to holler at somebody else? Go ahead.
Right? You're like, go ahead.
But it's just like also like learning how to be so powerful, like know your own power and know your boundaries, of course, and then just also like get to know your confidence and how well you know yourself, and then be like more wanting to build a relationship of giving each other rather than taking each other. So that's one thing that I've like seen, and I've even talked about this with some of my friends recently, is that a lot of people nowadays try to take. Mm-hmm. And it's not about taking, honestly. It's more about sharing. It's more about creating. And I think that's where my current relationship is at, is where we both are so in tune with ourselves. We are so in peace with ourselves. I have my own peace. Don't bother my peace. That if anything, I just want him to celebrate certain moments with me.
Yeah.
And, you know, just create beautiful little like
you're in such a beautiful place, and so is he, where it's just like so effortless.
Exactly.
It's so nice. It's so easy. It's just a peace of mind.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Love
that's
that.
I think what makes it so much more beautiful is when you're like more there to share. I think the key word is share. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, don't try to take from somebody. Like when you guys are trying to like be with, you know, somebody, or you're trying to be with a new partner or whatever it is, it's just like make sure that you're kind of like, I mean, at least where we're at, like thinking long term. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, okay, like I'm already happy with myself. I know how to make myself happy. I know how to make my own money and all of this and that. And okay, you do your thing, I do my thing. Mm-hmm. We just kind of like mesh.
Make it work.
Exactly. And that is it. No.
You said Puerto Ricans always say "ay," so "ay."
Cheers.
Okay, so wait, I want to go on the topic of relationship, but I have to ask you this one last random question.
Yes.
What would you say your spirit animal is?
Oh, a giraffe.
Why?
That long neck giraffe.
That long neck.
Yeah, I got that.
Golly, you got that
But a giraffe, because giraffes are big animals, kind of, but they're also
big
like
body.
small.
I'm just
I'm like, I might be big bodied.
Yeah.
how do you mean? Yeah.
Looks can be deceiving.
You know, it's just like I can be a
softie?
sweetheart, a softie.
Okay.
Kind of look a little bit innocent.
Wait, all right, everyone continue. You tell her yours. I have to go pee. Tell her after
Yeah, what's yours?
You ever fed a giraffe?
Oh, yeah.
I fed a giraffe one time at Busch Gardens in Tampa.
You know what color their tongue is?
It's like a blue, purplish.
Yeah, I guess it's because so they don't get sunburned.
Really?
I guess that's why.
I like to get sunburned though.
Yeah, but if I was my spirit animal, it had to be like a gorilla. Or some type of primate, some type of animal. It could be a orangutan.
Makes sense. You look like one.
Yeah. Whoa, bro. You can't say that in 2023, dude.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. But no, yeah, like some type of primate. Chimpanzee, maybe. I don't know. Lemur.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But why?
Just feel connected to him. You know,
but
I
why?
see him, you know, see him swinging through the vines, see him beating on their chest, see him dragging their knuckles.
Okay. Okay. What makes it about that intensity of like hitting your chest that makes you feel connected to them?
Because that's what I'm built for. That's what I was.
What?
That's what
He's
I was
like, I'm
born.
just built
That's
to
what I
hit
was
my
born
chest.
to do. I was born to pound my chest and just, you know.
Oh God.
roam
Mama
through
D,
this
what is
earth.
yours? I want to know.
Oh, my spirit animal.
Hummingbird.
Yeah, hummingbird for sure. Birds, always birds. It could be an eagle at times. Hummingbird. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
But you have to elaborate why.
Yeah.
Well, hummingbirds, because they flap their wings so fast.
Okay.
They are the highest vibrational living creature.
Is that why you have a tattoo? Okay.
Which means that they're the closest to heaven, the closest to God. They're literally like the veil between the 3D where we're at now on Earth versus like the 5 and 7D, which is the other dimensions.
Yeah.
It's literally like it's like a silk veil for them. They're able to go back and forth.
Okay.
And then the Aztecs believe also that that the hummingbirds are reincarnated ancestors.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So every time I see hummingbirds, I just feel like a really deep connection with them.
So giraffe, gorilla, hummingbird.
Yes, and yours, Miss Jasmine.
I haven't seen any.
No, I think it's raining.
Oh, correct.
I want to say polar bear.
Ooh.
Because like they mind their own. They really do mind their own business. And they don't travel in packs. Like they're just like, independent. But then like they're also like the most like volatile, vicious out of all bears. But until like you provoke them, you know what I mean? Like they're just like, and they're beautiful too.
Yeah.
Like they're white, they're beautiful, they're independent.
They're the most dangerous bear.
They are.
But they're, I know, but I feel like they still
dangerous,
mind their own
guys.
business for the most part, unless you come into like their like
Territory.
yeah. But
We're not taking any trips to the Arctic anytime.
oh shoot,
sure?
yes we are.
I'm down. You know what? I've been down. I heard.
We're gonna take
This
a
is just a
cruise.
theory.
My mom wants to take a Disney cruise.
Hey.
I do.
I heard that the
I am
government doesn't let you in
so
some
down.
parts of-
I went on a cruise from Seattle to Alaska to Canada.
Oh shit!
Beautiful.
Did
The
you
most
love it?
Beautiful. It was.
Did you get
cold.
seasick at all or no?
No.
Oh.
But I've been on a few.
Did you get drunk at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Hey.
That's the part that I'm like, yes, guys.
She didn't even realize she was on a cruise
Yes,
anymore.
sir. She's like, what?
I was like, you know
You're just
what?
like,
I'm
we're
just
on
sipping
land.
on my drink. But
That's
a cruise
dope.
is definitely fun, especially to like Alaska, that whole other side.
Wow.
It is cool.
That sounds beautiful.
It is beautiful. The sceneries that you get.
I saw a TikTok too that with some cruises, you can go to the first level. They'll stop in Alaska and you can jump in the Alaska for cold dip, but they'll hold you in case you like pass out because it's so freezing.
That's
So
how
people do it. People do it, and there could
People
also
do
be
it.
like killer seals and killer whales, but they're like just do it.
So when I went on,
I'm ready, Dora.
She'll do it. She'll do it for that.
would?
That
I would do it.
she'll do it for the high, chasing that high.
I would.
Yeah,
do
since I
that.
can't drink anymore. Any
She's
other way I
chasing
can
any
get
type
high,
of-
I'll do it.
Adrenaline rush.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like when I went on mine, there was one path that we couldn't go because there was a family of grizzly bears, so we were not allowed to just go ahead and explore. And that was the only like kind of downside about it. Was like, damn.
Just need a couple dark tranquilizers.
Oh god.
Yeah, but we don't want to do that because
Yeah,
you
go to
know
sleep
that's
for a
our
little bit.
home.
Sleep for a little bit, wake up well rested.
But it was fun for sure.
All right, I'm gonna switch it up one more time. Who?
Of course.
All right, I want to ask both of y'all. Okay, I want to ask. We have like a bit more, which is I think we'll be good. So both of y'all, and then you guys can ask me like, who are you open to? Who are you open to getting relationship advice from, if anyone or nobody?
That's a
So
tough
you too.
one.
I don't know, my mom.
So you'll listen to? Will you actually genuinely like if you ask your mom about relationship advice and she gives you some, you'll actually like take heed, like you'll listen to it. You'll be like, all right, yeah, you're right. Like maybe, yeah. Like she'll actually put something in your head where you're like, okay, I'm gonna listen to that. Maybe like if it.
I'll listen to what anybody has to say about relationship advice, but I won't. You know, I'll just take the pieces that resonate with me and
So who
leave
are
the
you
ones.
really
the stupid-
listening to?
No, you never know who has some good nuggets of information. You'll hear some stuff.
And then you know what? Like, I think like this past week, I started a new job and I ended a new job really quick, right? But the thing is like you would be surprised on what you learn in different areas of your life that will extend into a relationship, into making your own food, into treating your sister, niece, and everyone else just a little differently, you know, understanding them better and appreciating
Yeah,
them
just
better,
an
you know?
experience that
Yeah.
was meant for it to happen.
And the experience and it goes into all relationships, whether it's a girl, a guy, family, like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I believe, for sure.
Facts. Facts.
Who are you open to taking a relationship advice from? Like you'll listen to it, like you'll actually be like, okay, yeah, you know what, maybe you're right, type of thing.
Honestly,
but I'll think
to them old Southern ladies. Yo, them ladies.
And you know what? And they be thick, but they be married with husbands with money too.
Exactly.
They be like, let me tell you something.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something.
Yo, them old school Southern ladies be the ones to give you the most advice. And that is true. Mm-hmm. Like even
but like what about girlfriends? Like if they told you something, you'd be like, oh, whatever.
Honestly,
what about your abuela?
My abuela, hell yeah.
You'd be like, you're right.
My grandma is an old Southern lady, hell yeah.
You'll be like, whatever you say is truth. You're like, bet you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like anybody that is like that I have seen have held the longest like relationship, marriage. Have built a family from. Yeah, I'll listen to you.
So no like girlfriends or.
No, I'm sorry, girl.
Would you listen to your brothers if they had advice to give you or no?
Yeah, hell yeah. And if it didn't make sense, I will.
So basically, you're just listening to anybody.
It's got to make sense.
Make it make sense.
As long as it makes sense, I'll be like, okay.
But what makes sense?
But
you know what I mean? To each person is different.
And that's your family. You have to respect them. If my sister gave me advice, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's bull.
If they drop some shit that makes you sit there and go like this, you know what? You're right. You know, then I'll listen to it.
But will you? Or you be like, well, I love her, so I'm going to stay with her.
So it depends on the advice. If the
it's hypothetical, babe.
If the advice resonates with you, sure. Go.
There we go. That's good. That's good.
Wait, baby. Go with it. But if it doesn't, then obviously don't take it. Like at the end of the day, take the advice that you feel that is more.
You know what? That's good. Yeah. Oop, my bad. That was my foot. It's closed.
Take the advice that is more. Like, you know, in tune with your current situation or whatever situation you want to be in. And
that even goes with us with working out. We're like, take what works with you and take what doesn't. Like, that's the point of working out and getting trained and buying. Like, it's that type of thing. Like,
exactly.
You know, it's your own journey. So,
as you should. Because, like, obviously, people are going to give you advice based on their own experiences. And that's okay. Yeah. Like, you do want to, you know, hear them out, listen to what they gotta say. At the end of the day, it's up to you to, you know, take whatever, you know, you get out of that, you know, conversation or relationship with that person. Like when I say that I will take it with somebody, let's say like a little bit older and, you know, Southern or whatever, it's because like I am so big into having that what kind of traditional life.
And then this leads into the next topic.
Exactly.
So traditional housewife.
Yes.
Which in different religions can maybe sound different, but versus modern. So let's start with you. What is your idea of a what traditional housewife. 20s like your grandma housewife? What is, if you had to describe in your head, your grandma, traditional housewife who's never drove, by the way, never had her license, and love her dearly. She's gorgeous still, like your grandpa. Like she's so, like she's older, but she's gorgeous, like stunning. You know what I mean, like a looker. But I'm just saying, like, what is your thought on a traditional your grandma housewife? Like, how would you describe them?
Yeah.
How would you describe them? Go ahead.
Well, you know, men had it good back then, just because for the simple fact that women, you know.
Women what?
Or just
their roles, they were very giving. But at the same time, they weren't independent. You know, so a man could just like, a girl's gonna stay with you no matter what, because she don't know what the hell's going on.
True.
You know what I mean? So there was no options for women like that. Mm-hmm. You were 30, not married. You're used good. So you gotta go. You gotta hit the brakes. You're old. You're washed up. That's how it was in the 30s.
But actually, like descriptive.
So women were a little more like willing to be like, you know, go the extra mile probably, but at the same time,
Like
you
make
know,
your lunch, make your lunch, like
yeah,
do your.
but it's good to have a girl that has, you know, a little more drive too, you know, something to wake up and look forward to. You know what I mean? But all girls have different roles because most of the time they were just looking after the kids back then.
So
What else were they doing though?
Yeah.
Sorry, but besides that, besides looking after the kids, like they were like just keeping the home tidy, doing the
breakfast.
laundry.
Cooking breakfast, yeah.
Isn't that what I do?
Hell yeah, that's what you're doing.
And still a money
You're a
maker.
You're a traditional woman though. In a sense, you're not like You're not like You're not very like
we're trying to.
how would I describe it without getting canceled?
I know, I guess I speak up.
Yeah, you're
I
not
guess.
like you're not like
As
a
you should.
new age woman. You're more traditional. You like traditional values. You like one partner. You like
I do like
and
traditional values, yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
values.
But wait, I want to like be
morals.
specific. Sorry, wait, real
Yeah.
quick. I want us to like one go through. So okay, so traditional woman traits, values. You go through yours, I'll go through mine, and then we'll go through
Yeah.
hers, and then we'll conversate about it. So
Yeah.
you said cook, clean, doesn't say no lip back. Oh, you're gonna work late tonight. I don't care. Oh, you come home with perfume, lipstick on your collar. That's all good. Like that.
I'm saying that the traditional women are a little less. They were a little less independent, so it was harder for them to leave a situation that wasn't good for them. So men would have a good woman, not even deserving one, even a lot of the time, and it'd still be there 30, 40 years later, because that's just what you did.
Oh yeah.
That's just
You
what you
should.
did. You made an oath. under
Like you
God.
don't even know. You're like,
You made
I'm not
a-
in love
for-
with this man,
for
but
good.
I'm still gonna stay with
People
him
took
even
that
though I
shit
don't want
serious back
to.
then. For good, for bad.
Kind of
So death
sad
do
for
us
some
part.
people who are still locked into those situations.
Yeah.
Because they think like,
Well,
oh,
they
this
made
is
an oath under
yeah,
God,
and they're
they
like,
take
this
that
is
shit
how I
serious.
should, yeah.
They feel like if I told God,
But still, if you're not in
that
love
I'm gonna
with
be
someone,
married.
speaking for the elderly people, if you're not, I don't think you should be forced to stay with them.
Absolutely not.
And if you know, I don't know, if you've been sleeping in separate bedrooms for years,
Oh no.
no, but like you can support each other and love each
Yeah.
other. Excuse me, sorry, but I don't know. I know a lot of older people who have found love. So, so traditional versus modern. In my opinion, traditional is, I guess, kind of what you're saying.
yeah,
Like,
I think I hit it pretty nail on the head.
like he'll be like,
It's like, there's nothing else to say to that.
no, but also too, like
About
I
traditional.
cook and I'll tell him, okay, well, not except breakfast because he has to go to work in the morning and I work from home, you know, from OF and stuff. So I'll wash the dishes after breakfast or put them in the dishwasher. But every time they're out throughout the day, I want him to learn, like, you know, I'm like, okay, well, I did everything. I cooked this, I cooked that. I'm like, so can you do the dishes for the other meals? And then,
I do.
yeah.
I pitch in.
And then if he leaves his clothes thrown around in his shoes, I won't pick them up. Versus traditional, I think they'd be like, "Oh, let me pick that up."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, because I don't want to. I don't want to be your mom. I do want to cater to you, but I don't want to be your mother.
Yeah.
I want to be your lover that caters to you.
Well, that's just
but I don't
little
want to.
stuff.
I don't
That's
want to be.
little stuff that
No, so that's
I should
my.
be doing anyway.
But that's my opinion of traditional
don't
women would
expect
be like,
anybody to clean up my-
oh, you walked in. Oh, please, let me take your shoes. Oh, did you not like this dinner? Do you? Oh, I'll do this.
that'd be nice.
Okay, do you want this?
He's like-
He comes home and back at me like, oh, I'm just in the middle of something. Like I think
Like a
versus
little back massage
modern.
As soon as I walk in.
But then I think, and I think also versus modern is that I've seen it like on Twitter a lot.
Or
I don't know if this
TikTok
is,
even.
or this is even real, but like.
Yeah.
Like girls are just not doing anything for them around. They're like, yeah, better get home from work and he better cook and he better this and that. So I don't know. I think some traditional women
or
just
like some
don't
of the women go to work
want to
and the
do
men- and
anything.
some of the women go to work and the men stay at home and take care of the house, take care of the kids. That's
I've
going on
seen
more
that.
than more
That's
than
another
ever
I
now.
feel like that I want to feel more in my feminine energy personally. So, like, anything I can get the chance to do that, I want to feel more feminine as opposed to me and my masculine. You know what he said that some
She
guys.
always says this.
Babe,
stuff.
I'm not even talking about you. I'm saying how you guys were saying that like some guys are stay-at-home dads and some moms come back and be like, yeah, do this and that. Like, that's cool for them, but I don't want to feel like that. Like, I want him to come back from work. I want to be like, oh babe, how was your day?
Yeah.
And then even if it's Chick-fil-A, like earlier, like I want to be like, oh, I'm waiting for you. I had nothing to do all day. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing.
Of course, like, and then adding into that, like
You're
the
living
whole
it.
like nowadays,
You're living
like
that life.
obviously because women do have more rights. I don't like it.
We
but
fought for it,
we
too.
got more rights. But
Now you guys,
Yeah, no, but like
Now you guys
it was
gotta-
good in a lot of like we're
feels
feminist.
good.
now you guys gotta
We're
open the door for
feminists until
yourselves
the
now.
bill comes.
yeah, we're feminists until God, honey, we gotta pay that.
I'm like,
rent,
yeah, but like y'all, don't be dumb. Like, yeah, like everybody else
So-
listening, like,
what is it called? So like when it comes to like nowadays, there are a lot of stay-at-home dads. Cool, good for you. Your woman has the balls in that relationship, has the pants in that relationship, and that, hey, to some women, that's okay. I've already done my done deal of
Yeah.
carrying the pants. I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
trying to just cook, clean, take care of my kids, take care of my house, and that is it. Like, obviously, I definitely want to make my money, build whatever I need to build, like for myself.
But your idea would be just to you just
Absolutely.
Wanna, just wanna
Like,
be
I am for sure.
and then whatever money
I feel like that's like
whatever money you make is extra for like if you want to
Yeah,
start a
whatever's
fitness
extra.
clothing line, yeah.
Sure.
I feel like that's normal. I feel like that's normal.
It's 1000%
I feel like
normal.
deep
So how do you
down
think that?
inside,
Okay, so this
There's
is what
nothing-
you
there's
like
nothing
now
wrong
because
with
you're
a lot of
modern.
That
Yeah.
is-
heart.
So what?
But
How
they
do you?
just want to be a
Human.
kept woman?
How do you think that
We
like
gotta
that?
stop acting like that's wrong.
yeah.
So how do you think though, like right now
Because-
differs from back in like your grandma, like when she was like, what's the difference as you know?
So, like, when it came to, like, at least, like, I guess you can call them my ancestors or the women in my family.
Yeah, or your
let's say.
great grandma, yeah.
I come from a family where the women in my family are strong as hell.
They've always been
They've
boss
always
women,
been
yeah.
very boss women, very independent. Every single one of them have had their own businesses. So when it comes to like depending on a man money wise, they don't need it. They just need them
Big
for
purr,
that little
big purr energy. Hey,
and that is it. Literally,
strong women like have strong women. You know what I mean? Like they birth strong
exactly.
women.
They've
Yeah.
literally have had their kids. My great grandma mostly had girls. She only had one boy, and hey, kudos to her, cause like taking care of all them girls, and every single one of them girls took care of each one of themselves, and they were able to build their own businesses, take care of their own, and have their own children. Now, unfortunately, we all have boys, but that's okay.
Oh shoot!
I heard it
Well,
skips a
but
generation.
it's
well,
kids,
how's the boys' vibes going? You're probably gonna have boys then.
I know.
Yeah, because my mom had all boys, and then my little brother just had a girl.
So, like,
Yeah.
all the boys in my family always come to the girls for advice.
So they're softies.
Yes, very big on the softie, very big on the, hey, like, I really like this girl, or like,
You're
I
like,
really want to
"Suck
make
it
a
up,
move.
man."
I'm like, grab your balls.
Oh shit! I can only. How would you say that in Spanish? Like in Puerto Rican Spanish?
Aguántate la bola y sigue para adelante.
See? You heard it there
And
first.
that's it. Like the men, like at least the boys, or I guess I can call.
Wait.
I'm older than them, so I'm like.
So you don't think?
boys
Okay.
in my
They're still growing
family.
up.
So for your grandparents or great grandparents, you wouldn't say that you guys like are very much different than you now. I guess
No.
basically.
No.
Okay then. All right. Yeah.
No, because
'Cause we
like
were kinda different.
my grandma, my grandparents,
I'm cracking.
they build us up The culture is also very different.
Okay. Let's also mention that
Yes.
she was born in Puerto Rico, comes from Puerto Rico.
Exactly.
But also too, I think every parent. There's so many little things that can like add into every
Absolutely.
like we can. Neither three of us can speak for anyone else. We have our own upbringing, our own experience, by the way. So
it's like we come from all different types of backgrounds. We all been through different experiences. We all have different things to say.
yeah.
So
here's my other one.
yes.
Who comes first, mom or girlfriend?
Well, I mean, obviously, obviously, your girlfriend comes first. I mean,
Don't lie.
no. What do you mean? That's. I
like,
mean, my mom's.
Let him.
Well, my mom's always told me your wife always comes before. She's like, for right now, you love me more than anybody, but she's like, at one point, you're gonna have to love your wife more than me. I've always was like, no, I'll never love a girl more than you. And I was like a boy, and then I was like, you grow up and you're like, yeah, I love this girl a lot. But but it's not like I love you more than my mom, but like,
No,
you're my
the question
priority
is
right
who
now.
comes first.
First. Okay.
Yes, you
Okay.
come first.
What
Let
the
me
heck?
ask you this. Let me ask you
Yes,
this.
you're my
Is there any loyalty?
Let me ask you this.
Look, she wants to
If
ask you
you
something.
were to pick who goes in the front seat of your car, who goes
Yeah,
first?
Jasmine's gonna get in the front. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He does that when we're in Ohio.
Good job.
No, but I tell him I don't. I think.
But I mean, if like, I don't know.
Who's the passenger?
So I disagree.
princess?
No, I won't. When we're in Ohio, I'm like, no, your mom. And when I'm here, if I had to choose, I'd put my mom before you.
That's fine.
Is that bad?
No.
Would you? Okay, so I would. I don't know. I think moms
That
should always be the number one everything. You know what I mean? Like you. Yeah. But you've always been like that. Like you've always like if we're in the car, he's like, oh, my mom will sit in the back, baby, come in the front. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, I love her and I respect her and she gave birth to you and I'm so grateful. You know what I mean? Like, I praise the ground that she walks on because I'm like, you're an amazing mom. You raised 3 boys by yourself. And he's amazing.
Kudos
you know.
to her.
So what do you think? What do you think? Oh wait, well we'll ask Abel after. Huh? You want it?
Ask me after because you only have like 2% left.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think that mama, you come first for sure.
That's what I said. Yeah, maybe that's a girl thing. I don't know.
It's definitely a girl
Yeah.
thing. It's just like when you see a guy taking care of his mom or his sisters or anything like that, it's so attractive. It's like, wow, if you can take care of the the females in your family, then
But if you see him like obviously putting you before her, is that like gonna bother you or not?
not really, because it's
You
like,
like
at the end
it?
of the day, you're fucking me, not them. So
Well, I hope so.
I don't know. Yeah, for me, I feel like it goes where like, well, if that's how you treat your mama.
So he's getting in the car and he's like, yeah, mom, get in the front. He get in the back, babe.
that's
You're like,
fine.
okay. You're hopping
No,
in the back.
Oh yeah, no. See, I won't. I'll be like, no. I'll tell his mom, you get in the front, please, like get in the
I
front.
won't argue. I'm just like, okay, team. Where are we going to eat?
Okay, so you think girlfriends come first?
I think moms come first.
Oh, but if he says sit in the front, baby, you won't say your mom can sit in the front.
I'll say it depends on the situation.
No, you gotta.
She said girlfriend. She said girlfriend.
Sitting in the back.
I'll sit in the back.
She said
Okay,
in the back. She said
so
she's going
the-
with mom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you said you were sitting in the front.
I
Oops.
said in the
Oh my God, I heard you wrong. Okay, let's go real quick. This is about to die. Okay,
Yes,
what do you think about Latinas saying the N word?
Whoa.
Both of y'all. Like,
No, that was bad. That was just
It's her.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
do you say it at all or like?
I don't personally, like, because where I come from, we don't use certain terms that
Yeah.
America uses.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't grow up saying anything like that. So,
Yeah.
not really.
What do you think about it? Like Latinas saying it, just like throwing it around like it's cool, casual.
Who's gonna tell him to stop? Not me.
Well, what do you think about
Niggas
it?
say
But
whatever
what do you
they
think?
want.
You're like whatever. You don't. It doesn't
Nah, I
bother
don't
you.
care. It don't bother
Like
me.
if we're all kicking it, you just met her and she's like, yeah.
It definitely throw me for a loop.
No,
I'd be
it
like,
wouldn't. Would it?
right? Yeah, I'd be like, that's strange, but okay.
I always
You know what I
say, be a lady girl.
I advise people not to, because
Yeah.
you never know who you're gonna be around, who's gonna get upset. But personally, me, I don't care. As long as it's not like.
What do you think, Jasmine?
With the hard R or something.
I
that
feel
shit's
like
crazy.
you don't cuss though.
I know. I don't. Not really, unless I'm like.
We're talking about nigga, right? Not.
Well, he is black. By the way, y'all, he
Like I
is
said,
black.
we're not talking about hard R, right? We're not talking about.
Oh no, like that, like how
Yeah,
you
because
said it.
you just put N word, so.
I
you
don't
know,
say
that
it.
can go either way.
Have you not always told me you're like, say it,
Yeah,
say
I'll probably
it,
like,
say it,
See,
say it.
my
He's
mom
like,
be
just
doing
say
that too,
it.
and I'm like,
Yeah, my nigga say it.
no.
I don't know. Yeah, so even cussing wise, like if my mom's cussing or like my mom has like, I don't know, she just cusses and she talks just like in like super Mexican slang. Like she'll be like, why it ain't anything but and I'm like, why are you talking like that? Because she's not even like that. I'm like, you don't even like.
Your mom's from East LA.
She's like, yeah, cause y'all ain't be nothing but something cool. Like, and I'm like, what is going on?
What's going on?
But yeah, basically I don't say it, and I think that's pretty
Good.
much it. And before it all dies, thank you for tuning in, chiming in. We love you. Have an amazing rest of your Thursday night.
Good night.
Peace.
And we'll see you
Peace.
soon.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you for the
It's been
present.
real.
Hey.